championship so close you can taste it.
Oliver Askew has won the Freedom 100.
Side by side. And your new champion, Christian Rasmussen. We're ready to go. 28 drivers behind me. Time to fire things up. Drivers, start your engines.
These engines fire up here on the front straightaway as these drivers will follow the safety car around for a single pace lap. The start will be here in front of me. Good morning, Mid-Ohio. My name is John Phippen. I'm speaking to you from the third floor of the Cooper Tire Press Tower. That's the right word. And as these cars follow around, you'll get a chance to meet the announcers you'll be hearing throughout the day around the racetrack. Rob Howden will be joining me here in the booth for the call as the safety car pulls away, and the field momentarily will be in the view of Rusty Bell. Hey, Rusty.
Good morning, John. Good morning, Mid-Ohio. I have to fight the crowd here. I'm two-thirds of the way down the back straightaway, and we have a great crowd still rolling in here. As you can hear the cars rolling off, I pick the cars up as they come underneath the Turn 1 bridge. They make that straight shot in the pro course up into the top of the keyhole and off camber, 180-degree corner, then down the long back straightaway. I'm just past the kink. In some races, this will be the start stand, and then they come under the heaviest braking and best passing area on the track as they make their way down into the S's.
And that's where they'll come into the view of Tom Michaels. Tom moving over into the S's this season. Tom, welcome and good morning.
Good morning, John, and good morning to everybody here at Mid-Ohio. It's just going to be another beautiful day here, and we are set up so that we can see the cars coming down off the long straightaway. You got to get on that heavy braking to get the cars wound down for turn 4. That's a right-hander. It brings them into the S's here. A little bit of a straight piece of road, and then a left-hander at turn 5. It comes up over a rise, and then kind of gets the car a little bit loose. You have to be careful of where you hit the accelerator as you go down the hill. Then you go downhill toward turn 6. That's a right-hander. And you sprint on up
New and improved
underneath the Honda bridge and then over toward turn 7. Beautiful day here, John. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, Tom. Let's head over to the newest member of our announce crew. Say hello to Rich Grunenwald.
Good morning, everyone. Over here with the Turn 8 campground folks. The campground's all full, like Rusty said. There's a ton of folks here, and it's great to see everybody. They come up Turn 7, up the hill underneath the bridge, and once they settle, they turn into Turn 8 and then brake fairly hard for Turn 9, which is a tricky blind turn, little bit downhill on the entry under braking, and then uphill on the exit, and then that takes them out to the left side of the track, down the hill into Thunder Valley, underneath the Quartz Bridge at Turn 10, and up to 11, which takes us back to John.
Thanks so much, Rich. Rob Howden has joined me here in the booth, and we're just getting ready to punch this one off as Kiko Porto and Simon Sykes on the front row.
Yeah, this should be a pretty interesting start to this race, I believe, as the drivers are dialing things in. It's actually Kiko Porto and I believe Michael D'Orlando on the front row, and I think this is, I know, an incorrect. I was just down there, trust me.
I believe you.
They're lined up and ready to go. Simon Sykes, I believe, qualifying in the 4th spot alongside Nolan Siegel. But again, getting ready to fire things up here. The drivers coming out of the carousel. 3rd race of this triple header at Mid-Ohio. USF 2000, the point leader, Kiko Porto, coming off a victory yesterday. He'll be the first to punch off. They'll come up here and hit. The way we go. Green, green, green. Again, Sykes right on the gearbox of D'Orlando. Going to push him all the way down into turn number 1. He'll get the spot. Sykes on the outside trying to hold that position away from Nolan Siegel as now they work through the opening corner here. Down the straightaway, up the hill a little bit to the keyhole, turn 2, downhill off camber. Look at this, 3, 4, almost 5 wide further back. There's incident right there. A couple drivers together, Dylan Christie and Miles Rowe together.
Miles Rowe has had a terrible weekend.
That'll be a full course yellow for sure. Everybody jostling for position coming down the straightaway, 3 wide further back as you can see We'll see the yellow here. Those drivers are locked together, damage to both cars. Someone, I think, got into the back of Christie, but here's the battle here. Look at this. 3, 4 wide again, down into turn number 4. All this action. Drivers stacking it up into turn number 4 on the opening circuit. Have not yet seen the full course yellow. I think going to give him a chance to race a little bit here, potentially to get into position. Another driver out further back of the pack. That might be Spike Kohlbecker or Evan Stammer. It looks like it may have been one of the Ignite Autosport cars. Indeed, they're going to let these guys race, I think, for the first half of this lap before we go full course. Give them a chance to do a little bit of battling to settle into position. Indeed, now we'll go full course yellow. So an incident, we'll, I'm sure, get a replay of it if possible. But right now, it's just the bottom line is Dylan Christie, right side of the screen, and the turn 3 motorsports car off. And then really Miles Rowe with nowhere to go. You could see Christie was completely parallel to or perpendicular to the track.
Yeah, that's of the 3 races here, that's the second one that he's been taken out on the first lap.
All right, here's the replay right here. So look further back in the field. It's not up the front, more maybe mid-pack to the back of the pack. You're going to see the white car of Dylan Christie. Contact from the rear, I believe, is what's going to say. Yeah, you can see him getting sent here. He was down to the inside of the racetrack. He gets sent around. Car rotates away from the apex to turn in, and he just turns right into the front of Miles Rowe. That was not Miles' fault at all.
Absolutely,
Number
he was
99.
just an innocent bystander. Yeah,
100%, John. And that's listen. He has had such that's 3 incidents. Remember, involved in the wreck in turn number 1. We had thought in turn 1 and that first race that he got into the back of Prescott Campbell, and talking to race control, a driver from the left actually came across and hit both Rowe and Prescott. So that issue not on Miles, and this one was not either. But a full course yellow early. Got a little hectic rolling down in there to turn number 2, and sideways they went. But we did race for over half the lap, essentially coming out of turn number 9. John, that allowed the drivers to kind of settle into position. The AMR IndyCar safety crew going to work. Those drivers mired in the gravel trap there. I want to say there's going to be some damage potentially to the left front for Dylan Christie. I'm not sure yet about Miles Rowe. I wonder if they can drag him back out and get him back rolling.
Not sure. Tom Michaels, you've got a car stalled there just at the exit of turn 4.
Yeah, that's the number 3 car. Evan Stamer is sitting there. The AMR safety crew is out. They're talking to him, and looks like they're going to have to put the jack under the rear of the car to try and get this thing. It's kind of half on, half off the racetrack. They're just at the beginning of turn number 5. So right now we'll have to see what the situation is with the car. It is pretty much mired there right now, not going anywhere.
Yeah, tough one there for Evan Stammer, who had a really good run yesterday. A rookie driver just getting into Formula Car racing, coming out of the Margay Ignite karting program, and he's one of the stars of that program, but then getting an opportunity to come racing here this year with Cape Motorsports. We got another look at the replay, folks. We're going to get a little closer for you on this. I'll try to zoom in a bit. You can see, again, look further back in the field to the left, to the left of the screen here, the left of the track. We're going to see Dylan Christie come across here. He's trying to come back across into the racing line. He's trying to make a pass on. I'm trying to figure out, that might have been Christian Brooks, actually, who's diving to the end. Brooks was able to get through on the inside, I believe. That's Christian to the left, and then he just it looks like he came across in potential contact, but didn't look like it was Brooks.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to, as you said, juke over a little bit to driver's left in order to set up for the turn, and I think he hadn't quite cleared Brooks's car, and that's what sent him into the spin.
We'll have a quick look at Christian Brooks when he comes back here as well to see if there's any kind of damage. They're rolling by us here on start-finish. So Kiko Porto leads, D'Orlando second, Sykes up to third, Matt Rangarito fourth, Vodanovic fifth. Let me try to pick up Christian Brooks. Yeah, I don't see any damage at all on the number 44. He's right behind Josh Green right now in the 14th position, so no damage that I see.
It's hard to tell from the camera. It could have been Stamer, similar livery. I don't know if maybe he was the one, and that's what knocked him out.
That's a definite possibility. Where did they start on the racetrack? Trying to pick up the start. Dylan Christie started 13th, which is right around Brooks. I think it might have been Brooks, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And it's like Stammer was further back. He started quite a ways back in the 21st position behind Christie. That's the danger when you go to the bottom of the racetrack like that, because when you're in the bottom and you're trying to, you see it's all open coming into the corner. You're thinking, hey, maybe this will be the move I'll make to the inside, but there's no rubber down there. Nobody's been down there racing all weekend long, and no grip whatsoever. A lot of times, a bit of dirt off track as well. Number 99 of Miles Rowe into pit lane now. They've got the front wing ready. Going to try to put a new wing on. They're looking at the right front of the car as well. Miles from New York, in the Force Indy number 99 machine.
Stamer's been in and out, so apparently they've pronounced his car okay.
Evan Stamer will be a lap back, I believe, though, as he just came
Correct.
in to put one lap in. But
Yeah.
again, Evan, we'll talk a little bit about him now that we have a chance here with the yellow. Again, tremendous young driver in karting, wins a ton of karting events, got an opportunity to be able to come and run here in the USF 2000 program with the Ignite Autosport, a new initiative out of the Ignite camp, and impressive to see what he's been able to do. Slowly getting up to speed, exactly what I expected. Pretty much the same trajectory as I had told him earlier. This is when you're going to start getting a little more comfortable in the car. He literally had never driven a Formula car until the offseason. They put this program together for Ignite Autosport, decided to bring it with Cape Motorsports. He goes and does the Lucas Oil School of Racing, does their advanced school, does a couple of Winter Series races. We throw him into the Wolves, running here, and again, his teammate Spike Kohlbecker with about 100 starts in Canadian Formula Ford, British Formula 4, F3 or F4 rather, the Toyota Racing Series. So a little different on the experience level. Spike, of course, with third place at Road America, part of that Ignite Autosport team. But Evan's just been getting better throughout the season.
Yeah, Dylan Christie, the other car involved in that incident up at the keyhole, also just now making it into the pit lane. Crew looking over the front wing on that car, front suspension, to see if it's sound.
Yeah, I was wondering about damage to that left front, right, where the contact was, but looks like they're going to try to maybe just a lightly tweaked. That team going at it, trying to give it a little pull.
Yeah, looks like maybe a little.
They might have to bring the attitude adjuster out.
Yeah,
the big bar.
Exactly. We're going green here.
Yeah, we're back at it, folks. As the driver's coming out of turn 13, Kiko Porto. We'll see the green from our Road to Indy flagman Aaron Likens. And again, some hardcore racing deeper in the pack. Good opportunity to potentially make a move. Good jump there. I think I want to say 10th or 11th on back. There's a fight side by side through turn number 1, but the driver's now streaming all up to turn 2. Big defensive move to the inside for Porto. D'Orlando thinking about the outside. And I'll tell you, Simon Sykes with 3 podiums in the last number of races. This guy is ready for a win for Legacy Autosport. He's going to try to get a better run. Just a little bit off of them yesterday, John, and on Friday. Maybe a 10th or 2. Just couldn't quite hang with the leaders, but did a great job to come home on the podium.
Nolan Siegel and Jace Denmark side by side going into turn number 1 as they dived right down to the pit wall to see if they could get through. Everybody made it.
Indeed, 3 straight podiums for Simon Sykes, and what a great run it's been for the Legacy Autosport crew as well. Look at this racing, 2x2 coming through turn 4, 5, now down to 6. A little harder to go 2x2 through 6, but they're going to make it work. A lot of action. Everybody diving in. Christian Brooks getting to the inside of Spike Kohlbecker as well. That may be for 12th. Another pass a little further back. That is, I believe, Siegel in Denmark. Siegel in the blue and white D-Force Racing entry. Denmark in the black and white car for Pabst Racing. Man, I'll tell you, elbows up. And Parker Thompson said it in the pre-show on Road to Indy TV, John. He said, one thing about race number 3, you don't have to roll the car back in the trailer because they've got 6 weeks to build it until we're back at the next event. So you may see some drivers putting their arms up, and it's Michael D'Orlando to the lead. D'Orlando has gone to P1, trying to see if he can't close up on the championship. Back by 28 points as they ran on the racetrack. They just changed the order, so right now it's 28 points. With him going to P1, down to 28 points, making up 4 points so far, but this race far from done. Side-by-side action a little further back as well, as I believe that's Peter Vodanovic getting into it. You got Siegel and Denmark side-by-side. Remember, Vodanovic, one of the drivers who came in, put fresh tires on yesterday to get a better qualifying lap to be able to move himself up the order. And he's going to try to see if he can't benefit or leverage this to try to get a top 10. Jackson Lee did the same thing. He started in the 4th spot. He's now running P10. With field set. There's contact there between Billy Fraser and Siegel. Siegel's gone around. Nolan Siegel around, and that was a little contact there from, I believe, Billy Fraser. You wonder whether or not Siegel obviously had the door open a little bit, and maybe Fraser putting himself down to the inside there, and indeed hearing that the car high-sided right now. So that could bring us out another full course caution with the contact there in turn number 5.
It was Siegel who spun, and he is continuing it.
Tom Michaels letting us know that he actually was able to get rolling, so he's back at it. We will not go full course. So Michael D'Orlando for Cape Motorsports. It's been a pretty solid little run here. He won the Lucas Oil the Lucas Oil Raceway Freedom 75 on the oval. Tremendous battle with Prescott Campbell there, able to get the victory. Then he gets a win here on Friday, trying to back it up with another win here on Sunday, looking to close down in the points. As we said, 28 markers back right now from Kiko Porto. But Michael D'Orlando, super racy right now, working his way forward.
Vodanovich, who finished 28th yesterday, up into 5th spot. He and Chase Denmark going side by side through turn 1 on that last lap.
Well, and that was it. Peter's been kind of at the tail of the field of the second, the final quarter of the field, leveraging those fresh tires yesterday to try to improve his qualifying position. With just one qualifying session, the first race set by that qualifying session, the second race set by your second fastest lap or your best lap in race 1, and race 3 set by your second fastest lap or your best race lap in race number 2. And that's what both Jackson Lee and Peter Vodanovich did. They came in late in the race yesterday. Fuel load was low, put on fresh tires to get a jump up, get a better lap time to start better. And it definitely worked out for them. They started 4th and 7th, respectively. Being told a car off in turn 4. Tom Michaels, do you have an eye on it?
Yes, number 63. That's the car of Trey Burke. And it looks like mired in the kitty litter. We are likely to have another full course yellow coming up here.
So turn 4, Trey Burke in the Joe Dooling Autosport, number 63, off the racetrack. Nolan Siegel coming into pit lane, I believe, as well. And indeed, the driver is off. We've seen that happen many times, overcooking the corner, getting off into the grass, and you're done, and we will indeed go full course caution. Here comes the number 11 into pit lane. That's Prescott Campbell. It indeed wasn't Siegel. It was Prescott Campbell. And this is going to actually give Nolan Siegel an opportunity because he's still on the racetrack. He's going to get that full course yellow, so that's going to bring him back to the tail of the field. Good for Siegel, but not good for Prescott Campbell. Lost the front wing. They'll bring him in. And again, the driver off, Trey Burke in the number 63. Trey, one of the interesting stories in the program this year, veteran of junior sprint cars, mini sprints, 360, 410 sprint cars running on the dirt. Decided he wanted to try his hand at the road to Indy, and he has been learning throughout the entire season. It's been a tough road for him for sure, trying to get a handle on running the road courses here in an open-wheel formula car. Now has Sage Karam, 2010 USF 2000 champion, of course, multi-time Indy 500 starter, coaching him as well. He's been spending some time in the Symmetric Driver Performance Lab sim. We're actually going to get a look at this, folks. Here's the replay of the incident involving Trey Burke as he comes in just a little bit hot. Yeah, the bottom line is just too hot into the corner, not able to get the car woed up and not able to get the car turned. Tires can only do so much. When you're on that brake, you're holding that brake. You've got to release the brake for the tires to work. And obviously at that point was so deep and he just locked it up all the way into the tires.
Yep.
Right into the gravel, rather.
He was kind of running by himself, really didn't have a good reference, I'm sure, and was just, pedaling hard, trying to make up some ground, and he left his braking too late. So
he's into the gravel. We have a full course yellow. Shouldn't take too long, I don't think, for the AMR safety crew to get him pulled out of there, and we'll be able to go back to green. Let's press the reset button for you. Michael D'Orlando going by Kiko Porto early after that restart and pulled out to a pretty nice little advantage early on, while Porto still had Simon Sykes just about a length behind him. So Porto runs second, Sykes in third. Matt Round Garrido, another strong run for Matt. The Englishman in the 92 for Exclusive Autosport, top 5 yesterday, running P4 here today with Chase Denmark right behind him, the impressive rookie. Peter Vodanovich trying to leverage that qualifying maneuver to get himself up front. Started 7th, now runs in 6th position. Thomas Nepfu, winner from Road America, now in 7th. Billy Fraser 8th, Reuven Sunder-Murthy 9th, and Spike Kohlbecker rounding out the top 10. Josh Green runs 11th. Christian Brooks, who started back in 16th, has made up 5 spots. He goes to 4 spots. He goes to 12th. Jackson Lee 13th. Michael Myers 14th. Myers started back in 22nd, so an 8-position improvement for Michael Myers in the Michael Myers Racing number 42, the heavy right foot coffee sponsored machine. That is 14th. Josh Pearson 15th. Eric Evans in 16th spot. Eric started 20th, so he's up 4 positions. Bajoy Garg in 17th. It is Christian Weir in 18th, Eli Navarro in 19th, Kent Vaccaro 20th, Chase Highland 21st, and then we've got Nathan Bird, Nolan Siegel, and Prescott Campbell. Evan Stammer a lap back, Burke in the gravel trap, Christie and Rowe both back. I know that Christie's back on track. Not sure whether or not Miles Rowe was able to get back on track. He's only got 1 lap in the book, so they may have parked the number 99. But let's take a little time here very quickly to talk about Nathan Bird. Made his debut in the Road to Indy at the Freedom 75 at Lucas Oil Raceway. Does a lot of oval racing, but has been running in the Lucas Oil Formula Car Series and different Formula cars, getting a feel for it. Ran an F1000 car. Raced here Friday at USF 2000. Raced here yesterday, and then booked it over to Lucas Oil Raceway to run in a midget car after the SRX race and back here again.
Awesome.
We got guys, same thing with Ernie Francis Jr. yesterday.
exactly.
Listen, you saw him here last week, and of course running Trans Am, running FRA. How impressive was it for what he was able to do winning yesterday at the SRX program? That was awesome.
Billy Frazier is going to be penalized for avoidable contact and move to the back of the line.
That was the contact with Nolan Siegel in turn number 5. So tough one for Billy Frazier. We'll have to watch him coming from the tail here. Lots of time still for Billy, who's had a really good weekend. Two runs in the top 10, 4th and 6th for the young Kiwi. But that contact, again, into the back of Siegel, not surprising that they're going to drop him to the tail of the field. But there's a lot of confidence in young Fraser here now. He's had a pretty solid start to the season as a rookie coming in from the Toyota Racing Series. We know his family listening and watching the broadcast back home in New Zealand. Good friends, I believe, and family watching in Dubai as well. But Billy's done a great job so far, and we'll see how far he can get forward here. He's, again, a top 10 running car this weekend. They've changing, it looks like, the right front tire for number 63.
I wonder if that was the problem. Maybe he had a tire going down.
I have a feeling it might have been a lockup.
Yeah,
I'm thinking he might have flat spotted
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, that's just Trey Burke pushing as hard as he possibly can. This is one of those efforts where you're just learning and learning all the time. And it's a tough place to learn, man. This field is so unbelievably competitive. So Billy Fraser, 24th position. We'll see where he's able to get back to in the next 10 laps. Only 8 laps down, 12 more to go. If indeed we're able to go green next time by, which I expect we will, we'll have 11 laps remaining. Indeed, ready to go green next time by. And we got, as I said at the start, we have a full lineup of Road to Indy action for you. We'll get right out of this race into Tatis Victory Lane. We'll pass out some awards. We'll go right into driver introductions for Indy Pro 2000. And then the same goes. We'll turn around and go right into Indy Lights as well. So 3 great races for you to start the day. Hopefully you're enjoying the morning. Just about 8:30 here trackside. Gorgeous day coming in here, John. This is it's going to be a warm one.
Yep.
But what a fantastic July 4th. Lots of racing for these fans.
Exactly. We had a great fireworks display last night and a movie night for the fans staying overnight. It was great. And just waiting now for the main event coming up just past the noon hour as the NTT IndyCar Series strapping them up for a great 200-miler here at Mid-Ohio, but it looks like we're about ready to get a restart as Michael D'Orlando bringing these USF 2000 drivers to the line.
And he'll punch off coming out of turn number 13 to get that jump on Kiko Porto. We are back to green flag racing. 9 laps down, 11 to go in the Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship, the final run of the triple header this weekend here at Mid-Ohio. Championship battle between Kiko Porto and Michael D'Orlando, getting closer and closer as D'Orlando inching his way forward. He will lead back into turn number 2. Everyone else stacking it up. See that fight a little bit further back between the white and the black car. That is Kolbecker, I believe. No, that's Nepvu and Sundaramurthy. Good recovery here for Yuvan Sundaramurthy. Started in 10th, now running in the 8th spot. Currently in the 3rd spot in points, 69 points back. Yuvan's going to need a pretty strong run when we get to New Jersey Motorsports Park in August. Look at this, folks. 3-4 wide coming down into 4. We got some aggressive racing there. That is Christian Brooks to the inside trying to get by Josh Green. Brooks around the outside. He's going to get Green and Kolbecker down to turn 6. What a run for Christian Brooks. Both cars, 4, 5, and 6. Brooks is going to go to P9. I knew that was happening. He was not going to be happy starting as far back as he is, seeing the championship kind of get away from him. He was going to send it here today, and he is on the move right now. Christian Brooks in the 44 will now look at Sundaramurthy and Nepvu as the next victims on his run up through the field. We'll keep an eye as well on Billy Fraser. He's got a couple spots already, able to get by both Dylan Christie and Nathan Bird. So cross halfway flags this time by. 10 down, 10 to go.
Simon Sykes has gotten around Kiko Porto as well to take over the 2nd spot.
And look at the championship implications. That's a 4-point swing as well. D'Orlando now just 23 points back as they run on the racetrack. Good job for Simon Sykes. Could he get his 4th straight podium? He'd be the only driver to have done that in the entire field. Porto and D'Orlando looking for their 3rd straight podiums, but here is a potential 4th straight podium for the Legacy Autosport driver. What a run for Simon Sykes.
Yeah, getting hot at the second half of the season here. It's sadly Probably a little bit too late for him to be a championship contender. He's back at 13th, but certainly bodes well for next season.
Well, I think the one thing for Simon Sykes is he's trying to make a name for himself in here. He's the guy, a guy that's done a lot of SCCA racing, won a lot of races, ran in the won the championship in the F1600 Championship Series, was part of Team USA. As another driver's off, we got more damage. That is right rear damage to that car. Tom Michaels, can you pick it up?
Yeah, it's right in front of us. That is the 11 car. That's Prescott Campbell, and there is right rear damage. That car just kind of flopping the right rear wheel sitting there, so I think we're going to have another full course yellow coming up here.
Yeah, we are. Already out, guys. Yeah, full course yellow again. More contact. That was further back. That was running around the 20, 21, 22 position on the grid. And contact back there. I'm sure that the IMS Productions crew will be able to give us a replay. Hopefully we'll be able to get a replay, but the bottom line is an incident further back in the field. Prescott Campbell. You got to figure it's contact, somebody driving to the inside. Here they are here coming through the corner. Let's look further back in the field, try to find that. Yeah, there's a move to the bottom of the racetrack. Someone going deep on the inside, contact made. No, there you can see the entire right rear getting shuffled over. It looks like he was battling, I think, with one of the J. Howard driver development cars.
Chase Highland would have been right around that area, so.
Indeed, that could have been Chase Highland. I think you're probably right, Chase Highland. And that was Chase just getting too deep into the corner, not getting able to whoa it up, not getting able to rotate and get the turn. And that his left front just got, the minute it gets in front like that and you roll over top, big damage again to the right rear of Prescott Campbell. This is not something that normally happens in USF 2000. This is, I think, our third yellow already, or fourth or fifth yellow. This is crazy.
Fifth, yeah.
Fifth yellow, or no, three yellow periods.
Yeah.
But we got 5 laps, 3 yellow periods, so 3 yellows. A lot of the times we go green to checker, but apparently the driver's getting a little aggressive here in the final race of the weekend.
Like you said, they don't have to repair the car.
That's it, man.
Throw caution to the wind.
We don't need to be back tomorrow. But I'll tell you, every one of these mechanics does not want to have to get that thing up on the winch to get it back into the trailer. So Prescott Campbell's day going in the wrong direction for sure. The driver who had such a promising start to the season, second in the opening round at Barber, was able to get the win, followed it up with a second-place finish. A tremendous battle with Michael D'Orlando at Lucas Oil Raceway in the Freedom 75. They went at it hammer and tong. And in fact, at one point late in the race, we're so close together, Prescott's right front jumped up in front of Michael's left rear as they were coming out of turn 2. They were locked. Luckily, they were able to separate, burning a hole, actually, in the under tray of D'Orlando's car. It was an amazing race. If you haven't seen it yet, folks, go online to our Road to Indy TV YouTube channel. You can see the Freedom 75. It was a really great race. And green to checker. Both of those races on the oval for Indy Pro as well, going green to checker. Not so lucky here today, as Prescott Campbell, as we said, falling down the field. Tough one yesterday, 13th. He has had a really rough string since that second-place finish. 12th and 24th at Road America, 27th, 13th, and now 24th here. And that has pushed him down to 10th place in the championship, 143 points back. So here's your top 10. D'Orlando with the lead. As John had mentioned, Simon Sykes able to get by Kiko Porto. Matt Round-Garrido still holding station in 4th. Jace Denmark 5th. Peter Vodanovich in 6th spot. Yuvan Sundaramurthy in 7th. Christian Brooks in 8th. A great move is able to get both Kohlbecker and Green. Brooks able to get by Thomas Nepvu as well. So move Brooks to 8th, Nepvu in 9th, and Kohlbecker in 10th. Fraser back up to 20th spot already. So look for Billy Fraser to try to get a couple more positions. Almost clearing the incident. They've got the car of Campbell up on the tow truck already. We'll take him over to a safe spot. We could probably go green potentially next time by. We'll see how it plays out.
I would think so. Yeah.
So that would be 13 laps down, 7 to go. Yeah, these drivers all battling like they're realizing the season's kind of coming to an end. Only 2 more races after this. A total of 5 races, actually, over the 2 events. New Jersey Motorsports Park, and then back here again. The first weekend of October, we're here to cap off our season, the season finale at Mid-Ohio.
So 5 more rounds remaining.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
In the 2021 season. Press the reset button, off-season testing, and away we go.
Yep.
And we'll see which drivers graduate up to Indy Pro 2000. We'll see, of course, many of the rookies stay around, say, you know what, I want that second year. Give myself the opportunity to try to go to the championship. Because if you look right now, if you look at this championship battle, top 6 drivers are all returning drivers. Kiko Porto's second year. D'Orlando his second year. Sundar Murthy his third year. Second year for Pearson. Second year for Brooks. Second year for Josh Green. It's the experience, John, in this particular level of the series. In fact, usually in all 3 levels, that first year in a car, you're just getting to learn all the characteristics of the car, the tracks, how the tracks handle that car.
Yep.
So we always see those second-year drivers step up. But then our leading rookies right now, Spike Kohlbecker, Thomas Nepfu, and Jace Denmark in 7th, 8th, and 9th in points. Rookie of the Year is going to be a battle through these next 5 races.
Yeah, they're only separated by a handful of points.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's up for grabs for sure.
Yeah, Kohlbecker and Nepfu, who are essentially teammates at Cape Motorsports, separated by 1 point.
Right.
And that's the battle for Rookie of the Year.
Safety car in view with the lights out. I believe we're about ready to go.
Let's get back at it. 7 more laps remaining here. Hopefully we can take it all the way to the checkered flag, but I'll tell you, that's what D'Orlando wants as well. He does not want another restart, and he handled the first one extremely well. Got a good punch. Not quite as early on the throttle this time, and this could give Simon Sykes an opportunity. Indeed it does. Simon's going to get a good run through turn number 1.
So does Kiko Porto trying to get that spot back.
Matt Round-Garrido thinking about it as well from P4. Can he get himself up on the podium for Exclusive Autosport? Here's that rundown to turn number 2 now. Crucial move up into the keyhole. And D'Orlando able to hold him off still. There's a move around the outside for, I believe, Dylan Christie trying to get himself back up there. Oh, that might have been actually Christian Weir in the number 32. Yeah, Weir to the outside of Bajoy Guard trying to make a pass. So aggressive Weir here in his debut weekend in USF 2000. Oh, we got some big defending coming down. That's Kiko Porto trying to hold off Matt Round-Garrido. He went down to the inside of turn 4. And Round-Garrido's going to get through, or does he get it done down into turn 6? He'll have to run the outside of turn 6 coming down the hill. And I believe he's through.
Yeah.
Book it. Matt Round-Garrido to P3, moving Kiko Porto back to 4th, and that's going to change the points even more.
Yeah, Porto's lost 2 positions in as many laps. I wonder if he's got a problem with that car.
Big move for Billy Fraser to the inside of Christian Weir there, I believe, to make another spot up. You saw that coming between turn 8 and 9. So Fraser mounted with the confidence of these 2 top 10 finishes, charging his way back forward. Leaders onto the front straightaway again. Coming through, there's the carousel, then 12 and 13. Everybody in single file order, battling their way forward once again. D'Orlando's lead just 0.4 of a second. Simon Sykes not able to challenge off that restart. Always a good opportunity to restart down into turn 4, but not able to take advantage of that. You can see Sykes, though, with a bit of breathing room behind him. Matt Round-Garrido now, who runs in 3rd. I'll tell you, Kiko Porto's got to watch out for Jace Denmark and Juven Sundar Murthy now. Christian Brooks going to go to work here as well on Peter Vodanovich. Watch for a pass here coming down the straightaway. There they are right in front of you on the screen. Further back, there's some
Going
racing
3
too.
wide.
Yeah, Lee, Myers, and Evans.
Porto running defensively again, trying to keep Chase Denmark behind him.
Christian Brooks to the inside. Book it. He goes to P7. Brooks able to get by Peter Vodanovich down into turn 7 as well. So move Vodanovich down to 8th. Brooks up to 7th. But a strong run for Christian Brooks. Started 16th. He's into 7th. A 9-position improvement. Indeed, I did see Miles Rowe, I believe. No, I thought it was Miles Rowe. No, he isn't indeed out. The only driver out of the race right now, Miles Rowe, after the incident up in turn number 2. Not his fault, which is a darn shame. Obviously, just getting caught up in the incident. Dylan Christie able to get back out a couple more laps in. Prescott Campbell now, I believe, out of the race as well.
5 laps to go this time by.
We saw the damage on Campbell. So let's have a look at some lap times here coming back around.
Porto's lost 2 more spots.
He has, wow, Porto dropping like a rock, and now he's in front of Christian Brooks. 16-point difference up top right now, John. That is huge. 32 points coming into the day. He's lost half of that already.
He's running about 2 seconds a lap slower than the cars around him, so clearly he's got a problem. He is not able to maintain the pace.
You got to think there's some kind of damage on that car for sure. No doubt about that. Tremendous run here right now for Michael Myers as well. I just want to point that out quickly while we have some time. Number 42, Michael Myers, started down in the 22nd position. He is up to 12th. 10-position improvement for the Indiana driver. What best run we've seen out of Michael Myers here in 2021. It's been a rough one for him, too. A couple of incidents early on this weekend, and to see him having a good run is solid. That's him there to the outside. That is he running with Josh Pearson right now. Pearson trying to get to the inside. I believe Meyer's able to hold him on the top of the hill. A whole bunch of wheel coming up through turn number 5.
Yep.
And D'Orlando's lead, we said, now stretching out to 0.6 of a second. Simon Sykes looking for his 4th straight podium finish for Legacy Autosport. Tremendous. Billy Fraser up another couple of spots. He's now by Bajoy Garg, so move Fraser to 17th. He's getting some more passing opportunities here. Billy, as I said, lots of confidence of a couple of top 10s and trying to work his way back up potentially to the top 15 here. Christian Brooks not able to capitalize on whatever issues happening with Kiko Porto.
Porto's back up on pace. He's his last lap at 23.7, so whatever it was, he got it fixed.
Indeed. You'll wonder if he maybe went off track or somewhere out in the marbles where it picked up some
dirt on the tires.
The dirt, yeah. A lot of drivers talking about that yesterday after the super trucks put so much dirt out onto the racetrack.
Yep. He had to dodge a few helmet pieces, too.
That too. Billy Fraser now working on Eric Evans in the number 29. We'll keep an eye on Billy Fraser working his way forward after the incident with he and Siegel. So Fraser trying to fight his way back potentially to the top 15. We'll have to look where Billy's in points. I think he's just outside the top 10 in points, but we'll give you a better look when we can. 11th in points. Yeah, so potentially jumping up into the top 10 depending on how things go here. But 11th in points for Billy Fraser trying to salvage a good result here. D'Orlando's lead now 0.8 of a second as he's been able to gap it up a little bit, trying to go for his 3rd win of the season. It would be the 3rd podium in a row as well for D'Orlando. Again, coming off the victory at Lucas Oil Raceway, the win on Friday here at Mid-Ohio. And that championship lead now down to just 17 points as D'Orlando fully capitalizing on the speed that he has here. We may see a fight for 3rd spot right now because Jace Denmark closing up big time. 3 laps to go, and Denmark closing up here. How much faster was he? Oh, wow. 0.6 of a second quicker than Matt Round-Garrido last time by. Jace Denmark, who comes in here 10th in points. It was 10th in points coming in. 1 podium at Lucas Oil Raceway, finishing 3rd there on the oval.
Round-Garrido matched his best finish since St. Pete. He had a 4th in the second round at St. Pete, and he finished 4th yesterday. So trying to hang on to that, move up 1 spot, and stay on the podium. But you're right, Chase Denmark looking really racy right now.
Let's see what happens here when it's all said and done. There's Denmark right there on the gearbox as they come through turn number 4 and back up to 5. Jace Denmark putting all the pressure here on Matt Round-Garrido.
Christian Brooks doing the same with Kiko Porto, trying to move up 1 more spot.
Indeed. Billy Fraser still going to work here on Eric Evans, was right on the gearbox as well. We'll try to pick that up again if we see it. But, again, Matt Round-Garrido looking to try to get the podium. Again, you talked about St. Petersburg, a pretty good run for him there, 2nd and 4th in those 2 races. Both top 5s had a pretty good run here as well. Matt Round-Garrido did yesterday with another 4th, his 3rd top 5 of the season. Trying to get a podium here, though, for Exclusive Autosport. Back on the front straightaway.
2 to go.
Being told we have a driver around a spin in Thunder Valley, likely coming down out of turn number 9. We'll see if that driver is able to continue.
Round-Garrido throwing a pretty big block coming down into turn number 1 as Chase Denmark all over him.
Being told the driver who spun in turn number 9 down in Thunder Valley able to continue. But, yeah, John detailing the battle right now for 3rd spot. Chase Denmark trying to find a way by. And it looks to me like Jace Denmark now has his hands full of his teammate, Yuvan Sundaramurthy, so not able to focus on trying to get by Round-Garrido. Now he's got side-by-side action. He's actually got Sundaramurthy coming forward. Yuvan trying to get himself back in the championship fight as well. He's ahead of Porto, so making up a couple of points as they run on the racetrack. Yuvan just 55 points back. And he is going at it hardcore with his teammate up over here to turn number 5, side-by-side. Augie Paps will be down there holding his breath on pit lane. His 2 drivers dicing it up with Kiko Porto and Christian Brooks there and potentially take some spots away. They'll see the white flag next time by, John. D'Orlando out by 1.2 seconds. A little wide on the exit there for Denmark, and I think Sundaramurthy through. Porto as well, I believe. Yeah, Porto's through, and so is Christian Brooks. He's up on the inside coming into 11. Hold your breath over the hill. Yeah, indeed. Another spot for Christian Brooks as well. Who was it that went back? Was it Sundaramurthy? No, it was Jace Denmark. He gets pushed back 3 spots on that lap from 4th back to 7th. So moves Sundaramurthy to 4th. Porto up to 5th, Brooks to 6th, and that brings Sundermurthy to within 55 points. So kind of limiting the bleeding here a little bit. That's still almost 2 full races of points, but you never know what can happen. You got to get every point you can, and Sundermurthy up on the wheel.
White flag is in the air, last lap.
And Juven 10th on Friday, 14th yesterday. This is more what we expect from Juven here in his 3rd year. A tremendous run for him. But as you said, final lap on the racetrack for USF 2000. And Michael D'Orlando holding a 1.3 second lead over Simon Sykes.
Nepvo, Kohlbecker, and Pearson also running in close formation in the battle for 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Final lap here. The drivers circulate and work their way through turns 5 and now 6 down the bottom of the hill. Michael D'Orlando looking to grab what would be his 3rd race win of the year, winning at Lucas Oil Raceway, winning here on Friday, and will close the points to 19 markers. Up through Thunder Valley into turn number 11. Sykes still pushing on him, but Michael D'Orlando, all he has to do is navigate the last couple of corners. What a great weekend it's been. 1st, 2nd, and make it another 1st for Michael D'Orlando from Cape Motorsports. He wins race number 3 here at Mid-Ohio in the Cooper Tires USF 2000 Championship. 4th straight podium for Simon Sykes in 2nd. What a drive for the Georgia driver. Impressive right now for Sykes. Matt Round-Garrido on the podium for Exclusive Autosport in 3rd. Juven Sundermurthy in 4th spot. Kiko Porto, your point leader, in 5th. Tough one for him after 1st and 2nd. The other races, but still with a lead of 19 points heading to New Jersey at the end of August rather. Christian Brooks now 77 points back, but I'll tell you, recovery for Christian. Started in 16th. He ends up in 6th. 10 position improvement for Christian Brooks. Jace Denmark in 7th. Peter Vodanovic in 8th position. 9th is Thomas Nepfu. In 10th is Spike Kohlbecker. And here, I want to point out a couple of runs. Michael Myers into 12th position. That's a family-run team. It's Michael and his dad and a couple of their crew members. They rolled in here in a 24-foot trailer, pulled by the dually, and what an amazing run for Michael. Started all the way back in 22nd, able to get up 10 spots just like Christian Brooks, so he ends up going to 12th position for Michael Myers. What a great run. Billy Fraser, who had that incident, able to claw his way back up to 15th position.
Yeah, after falling all the way to the back. That's
Indeed.
That's a good recovery.
Yeah, solid recovery for Billy Fraser to cap off what has been his best weekend, the Road to Indy program here this year. He'll probably just behind in the top 10, just outside maybe 11th or 12th. Michael D'Orlando with the win, folks. Simon Sykes ends up 2nd. Matt Round-Garrido 3rd. Juven Sundermurthy and Kiko Porto rounding out your top 5 as you see your unofficial results from race number 3. Christian Brooks, the recovery from 16th to 6th. Jace Denmark in 7th. Peter Vodanovic in 8th. Thomas Nepfu in 9th. And Spike Kohlbecker rounding out the top 10. I'll head down to Tata's Victory Lane. John, I'll let you wrap up the remainder of the results.
Sounds great. Josh Pearson takes 11th place. Michael Myers came home in the 12th place. 13th goes to Jackson Lee. Mitch Evans in the 14th spot. Eric Evans, Billy Frazier, good recovery drive after heading to the back in 15th. Kent Vaccaro in the 16th spot. Eli Navarro in 17th. Bijoy Garg in 18th. Nolan Siegel and Christian Weir rounding out the top 20. As our winner, Michael D'Orlando, winning for the 2nd time this season, rolls it into victory lane. Steering wheel off. He'll jump out and celebrate for the cameras. Rob Howden making his way from the Cooper Tires Press Tower down to the victory circle. And there's the celebration we're looking for from Michael D'Orlando. Closes to within 19 points of Kiko Porto with his 2nd victory on the weekend.